Was it love at first sight? Did we stay with the people we were with? Did we go on a first date? If you already been watching, this is when you find out all the answers to your questions. This is chapter 2 of my love story. And guys, don't forget, chapter 3 is coming soon.
I had some mukbangs, I have some vlogs, I have some cooking and some talks. I need you to like, I need you to share, I need you to subscribe, please.
Hi guys, I'm back again, and this is part 2 of my love story of how we met. So, guys, what I left of the last part of the story was
it love at first sight? No.
Was it love at first sight?
Not even close.
No. We met, we liked each other, we were pretty much friends. At the time, we both was in a relationship at the time, so it was kind of like more like a work relationship. We kind of hung out at work, talked to each other after work, and that's pretty much it. Over time, we got closer. We started talking more and more and more because, like I said, we spent 40 hours together. And once we started to get to know each other, and there was a couple other guys that worked there with us, we would have what is called a fish. I made it up. It was called a fish fry. And on Fridays, we would go and get fish, and I would take fresh fish, make it, and cook it for the guys. So I would fry up like home fries and fried fish, and sometimes I'll put grits with it. And yeah, we used to enjoy ourselves. We used to have peace and nice. We did everything together. You might as well say it was nothing that we didn't do together. We cashed our checks together. We spent our money together. We paid bills together. So it's kind of like when we were there at work, you know, we did a lot of stuff, you know, together. In time, the relationship progressed. We started to get closer and closer. And we decided to hang out a little bit more. So we hung out at work, like I said, for the 40 hours a week. But then after work, we would hang out and just sit in his car and just talk. So we would like leave from the job parking lot, because you know people at the job be being nosy. And we would go like to this little industrial place that was right near the job, and we would sit out there and talk. Then as time goes on, we just started getting closer and closer. We started like meeting up before work and hanging out, going to the park. So like this was a lot of hanging out. And I'm gonna say, like I said, I was into, you know, hanging out and going to the club. So this was like a different type of hanging out than I was used to. You know, it was just real clean hanging out, no intentions, no pressure, just nice, clean fun. You know, we would sometimes grab something to eat, things of that sort. And it just progressed and progressed and progressed. I mean, and literally we got a chance to really get to know each other. So mind you, a lot of stuff happened in this year, 1999. Well, as you know, back then, everybody was like, oh, it's 1999, the world going to end, that whole big thing. So a lot of the year, we spend time on this one particular day. It was Thanksgiving. And he decided to tell me that, well, I knew that he played music, but this particular day, he decided to play music. Well, I had never asked him to play or anything like that, but he decided he had to do something. He had to tune his guitar and fix the strings. So a lot of days I was sitting there with him, you know, at work, because we had like a lot of downtime. We kind of like work inside of a house, so we had a lot of downtime to really talk and that kind of stuff. So it's like if I'm cooking, he's like sitting in the kitchen. So it's like a real home atmosphere. So kind of like it was almost like always a date, because, you know, whatever's going on, you was kind of like there. You know, when he had to do stuff and I had to do stuff, we were kind of part of each other. Like if something was going on, like even within our families, we kind of knew because we communicated. We was there, and then I was a supervisor. So every week on Wednesday night, he had to go to church, and that was one of our days to work. And I would let him leave work early, so he wouldn't have to rush, because he had to go kind of far to church. So I would let him leave early, and like we would work together. If one of us were running late, we would, like, you know, be there, cover for the other one. So like we had like we built up a lot of you know, a really tight bond just working together. You know, we worked as a team. We got the work done, you know. So we was like an awesome team, because we didn't have no problems on our end. We, you know, everything was smooth when we worked together. And we did work with one other staff person during the week, which was two different other guys, but we worked on different days. So it was 3 of us on a shift most of the time. So when I say we went to Atlantic City, we went to New York. We would go sometimes like all over, just all over. So as time went on at this particular part of the job, you know, it started being issues at the job. I started having problems with the supervisor. So needless to say, we end up leaving from that place where we originally started and moved to a different area. So we both left together. We went to the new place together, and that's when the relationship really started to change. Well, I had been applying for this other job, and I was getting fed up with this job because like I said, I've been fighting with this job from the beginning, and I was getting to the place where I was ready to move on. But I had a choice. I had 2 positions: to go work in the hospital or stay at that job with Lee. Because we was just getting really close. Like we still was friends, wasn't nothing all serious yet. I chose to stay and not take the hospital job. They just say they never called me back. They never called me. You hear what I'm saying? They never. From that day to this day, they never called me back again. I could never get no job after that. They never called me back. And yeah. So going back to the Thanksgiving. Matter of fact, you know what I'll do? I'll be right back. When I come back, then I'll tell you all about it. Okay, guys, I'm back. That was a little quick intermission. And what you just heard was a selection from Lee. And I'm going to tell you how that was created. So it is around Thanksgiving time. Actually, it was Thanksgiving Day. And we're sitting in the house and he has the music. And we both had to work, so we just made the best of it. And we cooked and ate and had, you know, a good time there. And he said, you know, he knew how to play the guitar. So he was like, well, what kind of, you know, what you want to hear? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't really know. Like, like, you know, gospel songs really like that. Oh, yeah, maybe like a BB or CC Winans. So he started out playing that. And then just so happened the TV was on, MTV was on, and Busta Rhymes, do do do. What's that song? Whatever the Busta Rhymes song came on. Then Santana came on. Then This or That by it doesn't matter. You just heard it. He took those 3 songs, put them all together, played it like he did. You just saw, and that's how he came up with that. Although we use that now in our lives, but that's when that started. So that's like a real special one of the group of the little selections that he do when we do our lives, because that's where it happened. Like, as y'all already know, he played by ear. So when the TV was on, he just played with whatever video was on. And that was like a special Thanksgiving, because that was the first Thanksgiving that I had after my grandma passed away. So I was like really sad. And he just made that day just so nice. Some of my favorite BB and CC Winans songs was his favorite songs. Then it just snowballed that whole day. It was almost like, it was like whatever days were like before we was cool and everything. But that day was like, we really connected that day. And I don't know if you know the Brandy song, I Wanna Be Down. We all know the steps because, you know, that was in our time. We was close in the same age. So that it was just like that day, it just like brought everything more to light. Now, mind you, she still had a girlfriend. I still had a boyfriend. Time progresses on. And it's approaching Christmas time. Right? Christmas time is coming. And we like, hey, what's going to happen? We about to leave and go to this new place. We need to make a decision on what we want to do. So, go a little ways back. Or no. I get mixed up in a time frame, but time went by, time was moving, and we didn't leave right away because we stayed almost a year there together before we left. So we still at the old place, we still get to know each other, but it was, I want to say it was December. However it was. Needless to say, we both broke up with the person that we was with, because I can't remember when it was, but it was at different times, but we both ended the relationships. We saw that it was a dead end. It was no point to move on, so we did. So once that happened, then we had to decide what we wanted to do as far as with each other. Were we serious enough to be together? Did we really want them to be together? What was the issues? And my biggest concern at the time was, you know, we come from 2 different worlds, 2 different places. I don't even go to church. I'm not thinking about going to church. I'm trying to be up in a club, and you not trying to be in a club, and I just don't see how that's going to work. It's nice at work because we have to be here, but what about when we not? What do we really have in common? Blah, blah, blah. So that's when we decided to start hanging out outside of the job, and we just started liking each other more and more. At this point, I just flat out told him, you know what? I would rather be your friend for a lifetime than try to engage in a relationship and it end and then we won't be nothing. And you know what he told me? That was the dumbest thing that he ever heard. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing you ever heard? Like, why is that dumb? I'm sitting here saying, I really like you and I value our friendship and I'd rather be friends with you than be nothing. And he was like, but why wouldn't you say... Now my eyes are feeling weird, so I took my glasses off. He's like, why wouldn't you say, let's just try to be together? I'm like, that's not what I was thinking of. Like, I'm just trying to be honest. I really fear that maybe it wouldn't work. Like, I went into the whole, we come from 2 different places, and blah, blah, blah. So we kind of went back and forth for a while. Why it can work, why it can't work. What we believe in, and then we start really diving more into what we believe in, how we feel, if we wanted children, if we didn't want children, and how we felt about marriage. And this one particular day, I just said to him, you know what? I feel like marriage is just a piece of paper, and I don't really have no value really in it either way. And I'm not looking to be married. that's just how I grew up. I was not that girl who planned a wedding and had a wedding dress in a church, and that was not me. Never planned that. My vision was always to be living in like some big city like New York with some like high powered job, working, kind of being like a real independent kind of woman, working and having a dog, picking up dinner on Friday with a bottle of wine and some flowers for myself. That's kind of like I saw myself. And I just didn't think about marriage. Marriage wasn't something that I just thought of. I didn't. I'm be honest. But to him, marriage was everything, you know. He lived life on that one day he was going to be married. Like, he didn't have it planned out because he was a guy. But marriage definitely was in his path for life. So he's like, first of all, you're going to change that mind frame and understand what marriage is. And so, you know, I'm like, well, break it down then, sir. Since you know, put me on game. Because from my vantage point, I'm not seeing the point of it. And that's how I went from there. And we talked and talked and talked. And this dog is just going to be determined. He's going to freaking bark at everything while I'm trying to get this video done. So, yeah. So that's what happened. We talked and talked and talked so much. Until, I mean, it was all the time. If you saw him, you saw me. You saw me, you saw him. We was everywhere together. Then it got down to this final phase, like, if you want to be with me, you have to come to church. Oh, whoa. Well, I'm like, well, if you want to be with me, you're going to come to the club. Like, there's going to be some kind of compromise, and we're going to see who's going to win. So I said, the day that you go to the club is the day I'll go to church, or vice versa. The day I'll go to church, the day you got to go to the club. He was like, deal. Child, needless to say, I ended up going to church. But before that, it was, you know, like where we worked was like a kind of like a little bit of competition, you know, it was single people around us and people doing a little bit of things and inside the job and outside the job, and everybody was trying to hook us up together, and we like, chill. One time we had went on a date with one of his friends, and the girl was like, how long y'all been married? And we was like, what? She was like, the way y'all interact with each other, y'all seem like y'all was been married for a long time. And we like, we're not even married at all. We're not even girlfriend and boyfriend. Like, this is my friend from work. Like, that's kind of like how we did for a while. Until it just got down to it. That we had to make that decision. What are we going to do? Why keep going around? You know, we always together. We like each other. We need to just make that decision. But I was kind of nervous. And I feel like he was a little bit nervous. And it was like, we don't know where this is going to go. So we tried to write it as long as we could until we just got to the space where we said, you know what? Let's be together. So we decided to be together. We moved from that part to a different part. At that point, the relationship started to get really serious. I went to church. Changed my whole life around from what I knew. Stopped going to the club. Stopped smoking. Stopped drinking. Stopped everything. Stopped wearing polish. Stopped everything. Pants, all of that. I was full blown into church. I was changing my life. Well, not always changing my life. I did change my life. And, yeah. And that's pretty much how it was. I like changed my life. I keep looking over here because I have like some notes that I wrote for myself because I don't want to miss nothing. So August 2000, we decided, boom, we're going to be together. No, it wasn't on August. I don't know. It was in 2000. Or maybe not. Maybe it was not August of 99. No. It couldn't have been August of 99. You know what? I don't know, guys. I'm not going to see him make it up. Yeah, because it's August of 2000. Then we go through the whole year. Yes. That's what it was. So we was together for, we met, and then we was together for a year before we got married. So I've been doing this for 2 years before marriage. And that's pretty much how that part went. So when we decided to go to get serious, okay, things started heating up, y'all. So We said, boom, look, you've been hurt, I've been hurt. We're not trying to jump into this thing all willy-nilly. We can go ahead and take our time, move slow, and ain't no rush. Because what we rushing for? We won't have no reason to rush. I don't have no kids. You don't have no kids. We don't have no pressing issue why we need to get married or anything so fast. Let's just get to know each other and continue to have fun. So our first date. And in the video, guys, of all the videos, you'll see some different pictures of different stuff. But, yeah, our first date was this restaurant called Cafe Lamberti's. I think that's what they call it now, but I don't know what it was back then. I think it was still Lamberti's. But either way, we went there. So this is what happened on Christmas. At the job, they gave us $25 gift cards for Lamberti's. That's how we ended up there. And something else. And so we said, okay, let's go on a Dutch date. So you come drive your car. I come drive my car. Mind y'all, in the midst of us getting to know each other and all that kind of stuff. I told you when I first started the job, I wasn't working. I mean, I didn't have a car. I was walking. I was catching a bus. So I had saved up money to get a car. Well, when I saved up money to get a car, Lee was like, you know, it was a guy at the job who promised me, oh, I'll go with you to help you get a car. Because, you know, if you know anything about cars, you know, if you go to the car dealership, and most of the time you go with a male, is a different response than when you're a female. They're always trying to get over you, trying to scheme you and that kind of stuff. You know, and I went to a little side dealer. I wasn't on no, you know, I was just really getting a steady job. So I went to a side dealer to get a car because I needed a car. Got my little red Escort. And Lee went there with me. And matter of fact, it was not an Escort. My bad. It was a Mazda 323. And I don't know if you know the Mazda 323, but Mazda 323 back then was the Mazda little hatchback. And I think Honda had a hatchback too like that. They were like really cute, little small little cars. Hopefully I can find a picture and put that in there. Lo and behold, he went. So when the day comes, I'm like, dang, I got my money. Marcus said he was going to go. Now he like, he ain't going to go with me. So this, mind you, we was at work. And he was like, well, I can't go with you after work. But you know what? Bunk it. Let's just go now. So the guy was like, he'll cover for us while we went out real quick. Next thing you know, I went. He came in there with me. I got a car. So, you know, I was like extra happy. Like, so happy. So this is before I decided to go to church. So I was like, I'm out. So then I'm like, he's like, nah, I don't think you should, you know, go out tonight. You should just chill. Make sure your insurance come in tomorrow. Just drive it straight home. And then wait until your insurance so you don't get, you know, messed up, get in trouble. I'm like, you right, you right. Thanks so much. Thank you for helping me out. So, fast forward. We go on this date. It's so nice. It's like a real romantic place. We didn't have no idea how the place was. We just used the gift cards from the job. We didn't look the place up and none of that. And, because back then we had cell phones, but it wasn't all like the internet and all that yet, or we wasn't really into it like that. It was like the Nokia phones, like it wasn't even flip phones yet, I don't think. So we go to the date, and it was just like such a nice date. Like something happened and he had to talk, and like for a while he was on the phone, but then once the date got started, it was just so nice. And then we just was like, wow, you know, this is our first date. And it was just so awesome. So fast forward to being together a year later, I want to say, because it was our anniversary. Maybe it was 6 months. I don't know, but it was our anniversary. And we go out to dinner. We go to Zanzibar Blue. And if you're familiar with the Philadelphia area, you will probably know Zanzibar Blue is kind of like Warm Daddy's, but it's more upscale. And they have live jazz band playing. As you know, they like music. So we get all dressed up. We go to a Zanzibar, and it's like, okay, I go in there. For whatever reason, I just got so nervous. I never felt like that before, because it was probably really my first experience going on like a real date. Because, you know, I'm not saying I never went out, but this to me was like a real date. I went out. I got nervous, y'all. I spilled my water all over the freaking table. It was crazy. Like, I don't know what I did. I just hit the glass and the water just spilled all over the whole. So the table was cloth. So, you know, it covering on the table. So, you know, the whole thing was wet. They had to like change. We had to stand up while they changed the whole table out. Mind you, it was a live band playing. So we're like standing up why the people are like performing. Oh man, I was like so embarrassed. Like, I can't believe like this happened. I spilled the stuff all over the place. And it was like, for me, I was like nervous after that, like, oh man, I'm messing up. And he's like, you know, just chill, just relax. Don't worry about it. Ain't no big deal. It's not like you know, you made a mistake. What's the big deal about it? I'm like, man, you my buddy, whatever. And that's how it was. And for, you know, for that time, it was real fun because we just hung out, got to know each other. And it was fun times back then. So like I said, we moved to a another department. Well, so when we came, everybody knew that we was together. So some time went by and we was, you know, working hard, and we had all our plan. We had like a straight 5-year plan, you know what I'm saying? We was going to go to college, finish school, get ourselves on track, and then once we graduated, we was going to get married, and we was going to wait like another year. Like, we had a whole 5-year plan, how we was going to do this. That plan did not work nowhere near the way we thought it would, but most of it did anyway. So, fast forward to, let's get to some more stuff. So we will hang out as girlfriend and boyfriend at this point. And we would go to this diner that was like not far from my house. And we would hang out in this diner so much until the people in there got to know us. So we would go sit in the diner, get like, you know, like a little drink or a sandwich. Cause you know, you ain't have no money every single time like that. And plus we was up there like trying to save and stuff like that. And so we really didn't have money all the time. So what we did was we would go there, get a drink, and just sit in there so we could be in a place where it was warm on the winter months. And we would sit in there like in the winter time and just talk and play Uno. So we had like this little black bag that we had the Uno cards in. It's like a little makeup bag. I had all this stuff, all the Uno cards in there so we could keep up with them. So this particular time, we're like, oh man, I lost them. I don't know where the cards is at. So we went to this diner so often. When we came back, the lady remembered us and was like, I got y'all cards for y'all. You know, I knew it was y'all card because y'all always come in here and play. So I put them behind the desk and I saved them for y'all. And I was like, oh wow. Well, that's how much we went. So, you know, time is going on and we starting to get weary now. You know, we just hanging out so much together. And it's just starting to be like, we like over it at this point. Like, you know, it's just time to go to the next level. We want to be together. We always together. So, I mean, it got to the point where we was doing every single thing together. Washing clothes together. He had laundry. I had laundry. We would meet up and do laundry. Even though that wasn't days we planned to be together. When he went down to school at the time, he was going to Rutgers, and I would go to the school and bring him lunch. So I would go pick up lunch, go sit inside the library, because down there inside the library, you get like with these little study little rooms. And I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's like a room where you can go in. It has a table and everything, but the door shuts. So inside the library, so you can go in there and really study and, you know, study your work. So I would meet him down. I'd be all up on the campus down there, knowing I ain't no student. I would go there and meet him. We had a designated place where we would go. So I would hurry up and get there while he was still in class so I can like get the room. And we would just sit in there and eat lunch and talk. So we, like I said, we did that for some time until it just started getting to the place where we like, look, we hanging out like way so much. And if we keep hanging out, like something is bound to happen. We need to just go ahead and just be together. That's what we plan to do because nothing's changing. We liking each other more and more and more. And at this point, nothing is changing in regards to where we are in our relationship. So boom, that's when we said, hey, come on and let's go to the next level. So like I said, at that point, prior to that, I started going to church. So then it was like we together on this church. We together at work. So it was like almost no day of the week that we not together. And in between that, like I said, is laundry day, is whatever day it is, we together. So that's pretty much how it was. So, that's pretty much how it was. So we decided to get married. But we didn't have a designated day. It was kind of like, it was like a designated day. And then we just kind of like decided that that's what we want to do. That's what we was working towards. So we didn't set nothing in stone, but we knew that that was eventually our plan. So mind you, at this time, we're going to church, and they just happen to have this, at this particular time at church, like a marriage seminar or something like that. And they had all these papers about getting married and, you know, things you should be talking about, things that you consider. Like, so like we just went like in on this stuff. We just took those papers and kept them, and we used to be sitting there going over these papers, like, you know, how you feel about this, how you feel about that, like religious wise and children and bank account, finances. We went through literally the whole series on, you know, they were saying that, you know, some people that you should, you know, do this stuff before marriage, where the seminar was for people who was already married, but it was saying things that you should look at. But if you had the advantage to have had this in advance, which we were considering, boom, it worked out perfect, and that's what we did. So we started studying them papers. Let me tell you, we was going through them papers like, we want to make sure this is in order, that's in order, this in order, that's in order. Then we said, all right, I'm just sitting here waiting for you to sit there and say when you're going to do it. But we did try to make a plan of, you know, financially we had to save up money and be together. So for whatever reason, that's, you know, that's kind of like the position we was at. I had came to the church. We had didn't have no exes anymore. We made our decision to be together. We started doing our studying. We in church. Now we go from, you know, just diving into like religion. I'm just getting more into it. I'm just focused on that. You know, I was an usher. He was playing the guitar. The stuff was just, it was just meshing all together piece by piece. So at that point, it was really nothing else left to do but to set a date. But it didn't happen for a while. Not that long of a while, but we just kept pressing our way with getting to know each other and working and trying to figure out what we wanted to do. Was our jobs okay? You know, where did we want to live? Like, we start working on, like, really considering this, you know, really considering, like, how would we do it? How would we get money to have a wedding? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's pretty much how it went. We did make a decision to be together. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to end chapter 2 of How Did We Meet segment. And I hope that you guys watch the next one, which is the final chapter, which is chapter 3. More information to learn. More things to hear about how we met, how our relationship grew and grew and grew to a level of us being married. With that being said, I'm Queen of Trades. I will see you next time. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share this video with everyone you know. Let them know what the Queen of Trades and the MKW crew is over here doing. Until next time, guys. Bye. Hey, guys. Remember, like, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know. Let them know what Queen of Trades and the MKW crew is doing over here. Till the next time. Bye.
I had some mukbangs. I have some vlogs. I have some cooking and some talks. I need you to like. I need you to share. I need you to describe, please.